Okay, let's keep moving along here. Now I want to show another sweep. This is going to be against a very common posture that people are going to use to try to pass the guard here. Okay, we've kind of looked at them being low so far, you know, on their knees or on one knee. Soon we're going to look at when they're standing. Now I want to look at sort of this in-between range where they're going to be on their feet, but they're not going to be all the way up, and they're probably going to be in this sort of cross knee or knee cut position. Okay, so we're playing on our left side. Okay, this is usually going to start after they get a solid grip on your pants and they want to stand and start to, yes, come in a little bit here. Okay, so, you know, let's just take an analyzation here real fast. All right, this is a strong passing position for sure, but he still has a lot of work to do because I'm going to keep my upper body very protected. Okay, so this isn't a whole lot until this hand can get to my head. Okay, my collar specifically. Okay, so I'm going to, you know, keep the domination that I have on this sleeve, along with my hand in the collar, is going to allow me to keep a lot of protection here. Okay, kind of like a frame or wall. All right. Beyond that, if I can keep my foot on the bicep, great. If he manages to get it off, I'm going to just focus on my knee then. My knee right in the you know, sort of pocket of his armpit where his chest and his shoulder meet. Okay. Now I've also transitioned my foot from being on his hip into a inverted de la Riva. So you see my toes and my foot here are coming around the outside of his thigh and hip. Okay. So now, once again, here I am. Okay. Different positioning now. For sure, this is a more offensive posture for him. Okay. But I can rest assured that I have great protection here. Okay. Definitely never letting this hand get to my collar. If it did get there for a second, I'm going to let go of his collar, break it off, dominate it again, and put my hand back in. Okay? Now, once again, going back to that theory, always checking their base and balance. I want to give him a vibe here, make him a little nervous to come too far forward. And then if he goes back, that's going to be good for me. Okay? If he comes too far forward and I'm able to sweep him, that is also good for me. All right? So, here's the deal. What I want to do is give him some energy. Okay? Use my knee a little bit. Kind of kick him. Make him feel like he needs to drive and compensate and come forward a little bit. As I feel that, okay, what I want to do is I want to pull this shoulder forward. So as I extend and I feel his energy, I'm going to pull to where his shoulder twists. Okay? And he comes into me. As I do that, I'm going to stuff his sleeve down. Okay? Exactly where it is. And I'm going to start to bring my knees to my chest, okay? Using the hook under his butt and using the leg on his shoulder, okay? As I load him up here, now I'm going to kick my legs up and do a shoulder roll over my right shoulder. So I'm going to start to kick my legs up and follow him as I do a shoulder roll, okay? So let me illustrate this one time in the air so you can kind of see the action, okay? Hand in the collar, other hand on the sleeve. I have my inverted de la Riva and my knee strong on his armpit, okay? I give him that energy, that little bit of a push. As he comes in, everything is a load, all right? So I pull and I bring my knees to my chest all at the same time, getting my butt and my hip off the mat, okay? And as I do that, that's going to go right into my kick to lead into the shoulder roll, okay? You see how high you'll shoot your legs up, okay? The more you shoot your legs up, the more leverage you're going to have in knocking them over. And then that momentum will literally just kind of carry you right on top, okay? So, you know, it's all one nice fluid motion, okay? So again, I was playing here, he develops some position. He starts to change and come in. You see how I insert my hook right away. We can do this sweep with the foot on the bicep. All right? If you can maintain the foot on the bicep, that's even better. I kind of give him that kick, pull, and now I'm ready to go. Okay? Otherwise, we can use the knee. as well. Okay, this is probably a little more common. Okay, so remember, create your momentum. A little bit of a drive. Now as he comes back to compensate, pull, and I'm on my side right now. As I load him up, I'll go a little more flat as I load him and bring my knees to the chest, okay? Here, right? Now I kick and shoot myself over, and we land in a great spot here on top, okay? Again, let's go to the side here. Okay, so we find ourselves here. All right, good positioning. Create your momentum. Load them up. Shoot over. Now I'm in half guard, ready to pass. Okay, if we kind of start to load him up and he feels it and he compensates, you know, by taking his weight back, okay? What's going to happen is he's going to give me room to bring my leg out, okay? So I don't want to play all day here with my foot under his butt, all right? Because this is just one aspect with really, you know, only a couple options, okay? So it's much better for him than what it is for me, all right? So I don't want to stay here forever, all right? I'll go for this if I feel the opportunity, but if he starts to back himself up, specifically with his left foot going back, okay, and he starts to take that step back and sort of adjust his posture, that'll give me room to bring my leg out. Then I can kick, break the hand off my pants, and start to adjust my position, going back to square one, okay? So don't stay in here, all right, especially if maybe you land it once and then we ended up coming back here, all right, and now he knows that you're looking for this and he's constantly adjusting, keeping his angle away. Take your foot out and go back to the hip, okay? Lock your knee inside his arm, get the foot on the bicep and go back to work here. This is a much more, you know, powerful position where I have a better wall of things in his way and more attack. So harder for him to pass, easier for me to attack from. So never keep yourself too focused on one angle, one sweep, or one submission or something like that, okay? Because once they get the vibe of it, they can adjust, all right? So this is really great because the more nervous and scared I make him to come in, the more he's going to stay back and stay in my range with my tension, where I can use my feet, okay? Specifically the foot on the hip, all right? So as he backs up, you can always take your leg out and put the foot on the hip, all right, and change up a little bit, okay? Lastly, sometimes you'll go for this sweep and you will nearly get it, but what happens is he'll take a big step with his left foot over here by my head. Yes, okay? So this movement can easily be transitioned into like a kiss of the dragon, okay? As I kick and I feel that left leg there, I can switch to his leg and start to pull my knee through, okay? I don't want to spend too much time on that technique, but letting you know that that is there, the kiss of the dragon, or I can obviously always just hook his leg and get in for some like get up type sweeps, okay? So we're focused right now on the hand and the cross collar, but there's some other movements. In fact, things that I've shared in the Guard Mastery series that you can see in there as well. But you know, if he does take a step to base, you're going to have more options, okay? But you know, normally they'll back up, and when they back up, go back to square one, and you're ready to start again from a very strong cross collar position.